Hello, hello. Happy Friday, everybody. It's the doc, the DOC from the 313. We got a good podcast for you. Going to recap what I learned about the Lions this week. Going to preview the Lions and the Dolphins. It's a morning edition. Going to type up, get everything done hopefully by 12:01. I'm going for a long walk. But I want to clear something up right away. You people on the internet make it not fun to do this, but we got to clean something up. The blessing of having a platform is you can address fun stuff because people tell half truths and then they put out publicly to their audience stuff that makes no sense. Let's get right after it. Let's clean up something from the internet from Dr. Fred. All right, let me tell you guys this. I'm the nicest person you're going to meet. You may think I'm a DICK, but I have opportunities. I found an avenue to get a pair, 4 preseason tickets, and I gave them away. I don't go and announce it publicly on X. Hey, this is the guy that won, so that you can go harass him. So I shared with the person when he called me out directly. I said, Dr. Fred, you didn't win. I sent the part where it says the person that I sent him to claimed him. No, you didn't. Okay. I made an elaborate ruse to make up screenshots and send fake tickets to myself. Or you just accept and move on and be a part of the community. When you call me out and I give you the answer and you still don't trust me, then our relationship is over. Simple rules. I'm accessible. So don't be like Dr. Fred. It's annoying and it's bad for you guys. It's just bad. Don't be like this because it's simple. People like me don't have time. I give you the answer. I shared with you that the screenshot shed claimed my tickets were sent to somebody else. It's on my account. It's documented. Why would I come on here and lie to you guys? What purpose would that serve? I go there. I'm credentialed. So don't be like Dr. Fred. And then here's what they do online that makes it bad for people on X. I encourage you to be skeptical of John Macaroon at Detroit Sports Podcast. They announced a training camp giveaway and never announced a winner. It wasn't you, Dr. Fred, and I'm sorry, it will never be you. And now they blocked me. How can I be sketchy? I'm a public figure. Tell Dr. Fred this is not the avenue you go down to win prizes. Let me just say this, okay? Now, let's suspend disbelief here, okay? Don't be like Dr. Fred. That's the message, okay? Because I see these things. And half of them you respond to, half of them you ignore. But don't be like him because this is what they do. This is the definition of trolling. They call you out, you give them proof, they still don't believe. Then they call you out to their fans and they go, why did he block me? I blocked you because you're a moron. And you deal with that all day. You just say, stop. Here's the avenue in which you should go down. If you don't trust me, block me and unfollow me. But it makes no sense for you to call me out and call me a liar. Makes no sense. What purpose would that do? To get clicks? I already have enough clicks, guys. Please accept. A guy, just think common sense wise. A guy who acts like me has enough clicks. I have enough readers. Just common sense. I don't act like everybody else. I'm freewheeling. I have my own podcast. I own the outlet. I've been successful. But don't be like that because when you go down that road and someone gives you the time of day and says, hey, I'm not trying to lie to you people. Maybe I could encourage, maybe I would have an opportunity to get more tickets and give them away to you, Dr. Fred. But now we will not talk anymore, Dr. Fred, because you called me out. You don't believe me. So no problem. You established you don't trust me. I don't need 1,050,000 people to trust me. I have my family of people that trust me. If you don't trust me, I say to you, okay, unfollow me. Let's move on. Then they do the whole rigmarole and they lie. And then I block you. And then they complain further. Don't be like that. That's all. Because in the end, you get more bees with honey. Be nice to the people that are nice to you guys. But no, I'd like you guys to realistically believe that I created a fake giveaway and gave it to a fake person and lied to Dr. Fred. Don't be like Dr. Fred. The guy is standing in front of you guys publicly. What purpose would that do? And here's an example. I think you guys have transferred tickets before. It has on your account, it'll have a green bar and it has the word claimed. That's my proof that I sent it. Well, Doc, you sent it to yourself. I don't have time to create elaborate ruses, people. I'm busy. nonstop. I wake up, I get online, I write 10 articles a day, I do a podcast for 2 hours. When would I have time, Dr. Fred, to make up this elaborate ruse to screw you? So now, Dr. Fred, our relationship is now over. You have been blocked. Go complain to the 200 people that will think that the doc's a liar. Who would believe that? What purpose would that do for me? Doc, come on, Doc. Trust the other doc. Trust me. And if this time I created an elaborate ruse for the hell of it, if you want to have an opportunity to win something from me, stick around. Stick around. That way, don't be like that. Try to win the next fake prize. It's just funny. You have to elaborate and you have to call out ridiculousness when you see it because it happens on a big level. You just pinpoint one person because I do block, guys. I do block. I probably have 1,000 people I've blocked and it goes down the same road. I respond to something. They don't like what they hear from me. I go, okay, you're getting blocked. It's simple. I can create the environment I want. So don't be like that because I have enough readers. I don't need more clicks, guys. I don't need to create anything more. If you don't like me, I don't care. You're getting blocked. We move on. You got 5 minutes, baby. Block party. Don't be like that because it's not good for you and it's not good for anybody else because next time, maybe an inkling, I go, is it really worth it when there's people like that are so out there that make no sense that I should just do these giveaways? But the person that's going to go to the Texans preseason joint practice will enjoy it from the doc. The doc created an elaborate scheme to screw his community out of 2 tickets to the Texans. Okay, if you believe that, please just unfollow me. And doctor, I want to tell you something. There's enough people that trust me that if there was a whole new wave of 1,000 people who don't trust me, I'm still good, bro. People don't get it. I'm set. I have my little family of audience that come in and check me out. I'm set. I've said that quite a bit. I'm set. I'm good. I'm living life. I'm having a good time. Look, man, I'm tan, baby. Dr. Fred, I wanted to be friends. I wanted to be friends. I said, oh, I got to unfollow you. Our relationship's over. Why? Because you don't trust me. No trust, no follow. That makes no sense because you must be an ignorant person. If you don't trust me, don't follow me. I have enough, guys. I'm good. I'm good. And you guys I'm crazy enough. I love broadcasting. I would come on here now and broadcast to one person. So I think the people in here trust me. All right, let's get after it. That was the appetizer, the PSA. I know. I'm more excited about the Texans joint practice, better team than Miami. I kind of like this new way of sharing comments. I don't know if I hit something or if this is new from the system here. It looks like it is new from the styles. Classic. I kind of like it. The classic style. I was using the bubble style, it looks like. I kind of like it. I can highlight you guys in a bigger platform. All right. We're going to get through today. Here's what's on the docket for the next 30 to 45 minutes. Shorter show today, I promise. Tate Ratledge earns praise from Dan Campbell. What did I see out there at joint practice? Who rose? Who fell? I'm going to take your guys' questions and the position battles. Going to show Christian some love for the preview that he did, and we'll get through it. Big game. Got that fired up. So we got a lot to get to. Ask your questions. Super chats, get right to the front of the line. I know. I need to win something now or else. That would be sketchy, man, if you did that. I have enough, guys. I have enough. I'm good. No, Yvette, it's important. When someone questions your character, you have to defend yourself. Listen, I'm Arabic. I'm not somebody's whipping boy. You kidding me? Someone took the time to question me when I'm a public figure. Over nothing, over a free thing that you can fight for and get yourself. It is probably pointless to spend 5 minutes on it, but I just think that it's also my job as a psychologist to give you a PSA on how you deal with other people that are helping you. Because in the end, if you didn't win this time, you could win something else next time. I'm in a position to help. I give you information. I'm out there sharing. I don't have to share what's going on live in the moment. So it makes no sense to act like that. So don't be like that. And it's simple. It's a simple philosophy with me. And so I want to be direct with the audience. If you don't trust me, I have no problem. It does hurt a little bit. It did hurt in the past when the media shared who was trustworthy and didn't include me. But I used it to get millions of views, millions of video views, my face all over the internet. I used it to help myself. My hurt is over. I mean, personally. But don't act like that and then expect that the other party is going to be like, oh, and now he blocked me. I blocked you because I want to establish the relationship you're going to have with @Detroit Podcast. That's the relationship. You can question me. You can question my takes. But if you start a take with, you're a clickbait nonsense fool, I don't like you, my first response will be, I don't need any more clicks. I'm good. Here's why I wrote this. And then if you go, I still don't trust you, you're getting blocked. Simple as that. So I want to establish the boundaries. And same thing in here. Be debateful, be prideful, question the doc. It's good. But when someone gives you the answer and you still don't question it, conspiracy theories are cute, but I'm busy. I don't have time for that. I just simply don't. I want to take the extra 10 minutes and talk to you guys as opposed to talking to weirdos on the internet. And the best part is probably Dr. Fred is probably my primary doctor and hiding and making stuff up. Phil, you're right. I think this is the look I'm going to go. You are a lot less frightening without the hat and beard, Doc. I was never frightening. If you really know me, I'm a sensitive Pisces that would not hurt a fly. But I have a desire to defend myself. That's right. Hit the like button. Like and sub for the Habibi. The shyster. The sketchy doc. Now we've gone into a different realm. The rogue doc, the sketchy doc, the untrustworthy doc. I must be the most disingenuous reporter in the world for the way I'm treated. And for the fan that's documenting when we start talking football, 13 minutes before football talk. PSA is over. And tell me, do you guys like this style of banner over classic? It's new. It sticks out to me. What did we learn about the Detroit Lions after joint practices? Let's go. Ask any questions you want. Again, for the fan that was counting how many minutes I am before I talk football, 13 minutes, 4 seconds. Set the table for the other doctor, giving doctors bad names. What did we learn about the Lions? First and foremost, I did feel bad that I felt like I upset the Dolphins fans, that felt like I gave a one-sided view of their team. But in the end, it actually came true. I love my man AP. I came on his podcast and he ended up was like, man, well, John's more like a fan. And he was just like praising the Lions. But he did stand up for me. He said, but that team is good. And I got fired up because Grant Stewart said, he basically told me the Lions' mindset. He's like, they're not ready. So he knew his team was ready. Grant Stewart told me. And so that was in my mind. I went on a couple of Dolphins podcasts and was like, the Lions are ready. They're coming to hunt. They're coming to avenge all their bad play. So first thing you learn about the Lions is they talk the talk and they walk the walk. Grant Stewart said they're not ready. The Dolphins weren't ready, especially on Wednesday. The Lions were dominant. Now, the Dolphins regrouped, watched film, made more plays on Thursday. They were able to get in the end zone during 7-on-7 periods. They were making some plays, some yards after the catch. But by and large, the Lions clearly won the joint practice. 10-7 on Wednesday and 10-9 on Thursday. They won the joint practice, and everybody knows it. The Dolphins know it. Dominating the Dolphins is not a new thing. Brent gets in. Yeah, I kind of like this. So this is the classic style on our streaming service. I like this. Bigger, bolder, get you guys even more highlight. I like this. This was not even planned. I also have, I'm working on getting new, what do you call it, thumbnails. The great community that helps out says, Doc, we like it, but we like your thumbnail that you created, but we think there's better. Great. Thank you. We're a good community here. And for the 200 people here already, let's get after it. Hit the like button for the doc. Ask any questions, super chats, get to the front of the line. No, Mr. Lupe. You just, it's just a narrative that happens over and over, and people wonder, why would a person block you on social media? I'm easy to get to, easy to talk to. But if I give you an answer and you don't like it, we're moving on. But I'm not sketchy. Who does this face scream sketchy to you? I think it's just a Middle Eastern stereotype. We're sketchy. Yeah, I made an elaborate ruse to pull the wool over my fans to get another 20 followers. I'm good, guys. If we never grew another audience member besides the 3,000 YouTubers, I still will create a channel. I love it. Brian, and you guys' comments really warms the heart. Love the show, especially when I'm out driving around, showing houses, being able to listen to all the good insight. Man, Brian, I really appreciate you. Would you accept some public criticism of the job that you do? No, I'm just kidding. Cash offers, man, you're killing the market. Those cash offers, man, they're killer. Brian, is it true that people are making offers on homes sight unseen because of how crazy the demand is? My friends, we sit around, have cigars, and they're like, bro, my friends are trying to buy a house, and they're like, bro, there's these, like, every house has 5 people that want it, cash offer. I know where they're coming from. Brian, you know where the cash is coming from, don't you? Sterling Heights, certain businesses. Brian's like, listen, I'm not being the sketchy agent. I'm not trying to get that commission, but if you don't put that offer in 10 minutes, 5 people are going to put a cash offer in. So if you want this house, make the offer. Hey, Brian, you know what I'm talking about. I'm a psychologist. I'm worldly. I know about everything. But trust Brian L. Listen, give you some free business. Plug your stuff, man. What do you do? What agency are you with? And listen, I got to tell you something. I haven't looked recently because I'm happily married, but my goodness, Keller Williams, when I was in the home market, I used to see all the cars that some of those ladies would put in on the islands of the homes. I was like, Keller Williams, how do people work around here? I'd be like, Tina, you want to have some coffee? Samantha, show me some houses. My God, Keller Williams had a profile. I was like, man, I need to be agent. Oh my God. Plug your stuff, Brian. Where do you work for? We'll get you anybody. Listen, we always want to help out the community. And Brian, I really appreciate you. It means a lot. Again, free plugs, guys. Free. You don't have to. Brian doesn't even have to pay me. If he wants to plug his stuff, I'll share it with you people. Sketchy rogue doc. What do we learn about the Lions? 1, they talk the talk and they walk the walk. 2, their secondary, if they stay healthy, is legit. Tyrion Arnold was flexing yesterday, and so was Amik Robertson. I was shocked. I haven't gotten a chance to write it because it's so great. It's like, I can't believe he said this to me. Amik Robertson, I caught his interview with media late. I was talking to a couple other players, and he was talking to MLive and the news, and I said, I got to get some information. It's Amik. So I walked over, and, he was talking about the practices and giving great detailed information to Ben and to Richard. 2 great guys, man. Young guys doing their thing, good energy. Listen, that Ben Raven plugged his own podcast to the players. I said, look at you, Big Ben, my man. Proud of you. He plugged his own podcast to the Lions players. Now, he should have said the name. But he plugged his own podcast. I looked at him like a proud little uncle. He's like, I said that about you on my podcast. I was like, when I hear that word, it just makes me smile. It just makes me smile when people say the word podcast. It's done so much for me. Ben, look at you. And Amik said, I said to him, hey, tell me, how does going up against the Dolphins? And I apologize. I said, hey, if I already asked this question, if the guys earlier asked, I said, how did going up against the Dolphins maybe help your guys' defense? He's like, hey, if we make mistakes, it's still learning. It's not a failure if we lose a day, because we can go back in the film room and watch and learn. What a great answer. And then I said to him just non-distinctly, I want to get away to just put the audio up, but it's just so great. I said, so how's your game? How's your game? He looked and he gave me the look like, you're asking? And he dropped it right into the phone. He's like, I was trying to wait a little bit, but I'm that thing. I want everybody to know I'm that thing. He was bold. He's like, I'm the guy. And then Terry Arnold comes over all happy after a good practice, walking up to him, arms around Amik. He's like, you three, print it. This is the best nickel corner in the league. Full stop. And so, oh man, I was like, this is perfect. I'm that thing. It's a headline. I haven't written it yet. And it's probably going to be written by the other two first. But it's going to be good because Amik is the man. What you like is that the gritty guys execute. And Amik is somebody that I think you can trust to be able to handle his responsibilities at the nickel corner spot or on the outside if given the opportunities. I'm that thing. And so luckily, Terry Arnold was talking to Dave Burkett. I waited a little bit. And I never know, me personally, like, okay, I know they're talking one-on-one. I kind of stand to the side, listen a little bit to get insight. And then I try to go up and get, like, I don't want to bother them because Dave's a pro. But I have to get my stuff in. I have to get the questions I need. I go, you know what? I probably should ask TA more about his relationship with Amik. And I got the info. And I asked, TA, I said, second year leap, is the game slowing down? He's like, man, you're out here watching. You're a hard worker. You're watching. The game slowed down and I'm balling. I love his confidence. I like that. As a guy who likes defense, you like confidence. And they weren't throwing a TA side. It was TA Arnold. It was TA Arnold Island on Wednesday. They just weren't throwing to his side. They were picking on DJ Reed more. It's pretty smart. Pretty smart. So what did we learn about the Lions? Secondary, if healthy, starters. Terry Arnold, DJ Reed, Amik Robertson should be able to do some things. It's a good thing. Second, what we learn? That if the Lions offense executes, they're going to be tough to stop. Think about it. Where was all this worry coming from? Yes, it's fair to say they are struggling against the Lions defense. They got to step it up because the Lions defense is playoff caliber. But throughout the regular season, guys, there's 32 teams. They're not going to struggle against every opponent and their defense. But it's a nugget to store away that, hey, against good quality defenses, the Lions may have to step up their game even more. But also, too, you got to remember all the caveats that we said. Taylor Decker wasn't there, but yeah, and the Lions were dealing with guys that weren't there too. But yesterday as well, to put the caveat out there, Waddle was there, but then after certain periods, he left practice. And then Tyreek Hill did not participate in either practice. And then yesterday, there's no Achane. Devin Achane was not practicing. Their starting offensive lineman was not practicing. The Dolphins fullback was not practicing. So the Lions took advantage. Okay, so first and foremost, what do we learn? If the Lions put out, hey, your team is not ready, they came and had an intense physical practice, and they stood toe-to-toe with the Dolphins. And they won the physical battle. No, they weren't ready. Yeah, the Dolphins were ready to swing, which was fine. They had a little bit more of a response, but the Lions are the far more physical team. Pretty clear. And it's something that I think Mike McDaniel can use as a lesson for his team. Like, that's what you guys need to be like more and more. And I think when he watches the film and showcases, hey, this is what grit, intensity, effort on every play looks like. Look at that. We can learn from this. Lions were tough, gritty, and got after it. Offensively, I said, people were like, John, there's so much concern about John Moore and his play calls. Yeah, you need to see it. You need to see him do it. I said, Dan Campbell will still have an influence in the game plan. How do you fail when you have Taylor Decker and Penei Sewell and Tate Ratledge on the right side? The Tate Ratledge Penei Sewell connection is going to open up some holes. You have Jahmyr Gibbs. You have David Montgomery. The run game should be there. You should average 3.8 to 4.2 yards per carry minimum. That should set up the play action. I hope you trust what I'm saying. And it doesn't mean that they're going to lead the league or be the same as Ben Johnson. It's going to be different. But just starting at the level of talent the Lions have offensively, it's good. Jared Goff executes. Jameson Williams is thriving. He flexed on the Dolphins and he flexed on Iffy. Highlighted it. The Lions highlighted it. The offense is going to be okay. And we'll talk about what their execution needs to be in the postseason when they earn that spot. But throughout the year, I expect, it might take a little bit of time to get fully into rhythm and fully into fifth gear, but they should start on third or fourth gear to start the year. They don't need the preseason games to get after it. The Lions have more talent than the Dolphins at the highest level. Goff is better than Tua. J-Mo's better than Hill and Waddle combined. J-Mo and Amon-Ra, lethal. Man, it was tough, Austin. I know it was tough. I saw the pit work, but it was so far down the field that I chose to watch the 7-on-7 with the my mission was to watch the Lions defense against the Dolphins offense. D-line versus Miami O-line. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to, man. It's so far, and you just have to pick and choose. You can't, because the other reporter from On SI was covering the Lions offense, covering and matching up against the Dolphins defense. But I'll check in. I'll check in more, Austin, with my guy if he looked at that. But I think we wanted to kind of more of the work done by the key players there. But the pit work has been throughout, for the most part, pretty good. The Lions, Tyleik Williams, DJ Reader, they get their fair share of wins. But let me search real fast, okay? I have it, Austin. If you trust me, I have access to info. And let's see if I can find it while I'm talking as well. Yeah, I just think a lot of people have found it difficult to follow. I think a lot of people watch the Lions offensive line. Brian, any word on Laporta injury? Nothing new. Dan tried to keep that on the down low. I'm pretty sure the phase right now is they've gotten some opinions, maybe looking for more, or it was interesting because Dan usually is forthright. He didn't want to reveal anything about Sam Laporta. Austin, you could lie and I wouldn't know any better. All right. What I perceived happened in Fantasyland, Tyleik Williams dominated. DJ Reader threw the guy to the ground. Aiden Hutchinson put a swim move and made the other guy look like toast in our projection of what happened. In our projection, the Lions won all the reps. What else did we learn? Now, but I can share with you what happened in real live action. Get ready, Austin. Giving you what you need to hear, right? Giving you the Adderall of Lions information. The speed, baby. Giving you what you need. What did we learn? We learned that the Detroit Lions offensive line, if they get going, fully healthy, 5 starters, don't worry. Tate Ratledge is a monster. Christian Mahogany is a monster. The one piece that you got to worry about is Graham Glasgow. Can he stay healthy? But His comfortableness now at center is starting to show through a little bit better. Blocking a little bit better. Has his moments where some defensive tackles get after it. He is older, but I think they will scheme him to be successful. Offensive line is going to be solid. Now, what did we learn? I'm not going to harp on it, but Dan Campbell, and because they're going to play heavily in the preseason game, that's where you're going to get a lot of evaluation. They didn't let Hendon and Kyle throw a whole heck of a lot. And the assessment was from the outsider, from my guy AP, which we learned on yesterday's show, he was like, I'm not impressed with your backups, John. I'm sorry. They're just not, they didn't throw. And also, guys, you guys saw Hendon is not confident at this very moment. Had a wide open receiver and wide open tight end and missed. He had, 5 throws and had a wide open one and missed it. So if anybody in here saw it, that's what happened. No, Max Blazer, they kept it close to the vest. I think the Dolphins said the same thing. Here's the common sense approach. Here's a common sense measure. The first team offense from the Lions and the first team offense from the Dolphins, they got a lot of work. I would not expect Waddle, Tua. I would not expect Goff, the starting offensive line. You're going to see a lot of Broderick Martin. You're going to see a lot of the reserves, the Moody's of the world, the Kingsley Egwakuns of the world, the new guys. Mason Miller, maybe tested out at guard. They like the new guys that they brought in along the offensive line. You're going to see a lot of 2s and 3s. So could they involve Tyleik Williams, Tate Ratledge? I wouldn't. No need. They're good. Somebody asked, Doc, I didn't really read a lot about Tyleik Williams. He was good. Stuff in the middle. Run stuffer. I think that his mobility is great. His recognition's great. His burst and the opportunities that he gets with DJ Reader, man, it's great. DJ Reader was flashing. The Lions defensive line, as the practice wore on, started to impose themselves with DJ Reader, Marcus Davenport, Aiden Hutchinson. They were making plays. They were getting after it. They were taking advantage of a depleted Dolphins offensive line. So it was awesome to see. What did we learn? We learned that Tyleik Williams is a player that is going to be part of a class in 2025 that has a chance to make a lot of impact. I think that Brad Holmes flexed a little bit in this draft to make up for some whiffs in the last 2. Also, guys, another pick you got to add to the list if he was a whiff. If he was a whiff, 3rd round pick. You hate to say it, but in 5 drafts, that's 40 players. But he's hit on a lot of them. More than that. In that ballpark of how many picks he's had. But if he was a whiff, couldn't stay healthy. It's a 3rd round pick. Max Splicer, excited to see some Vaki as well. Yes. Yeah, Mac. MC3, who dat? Hendon needs a change of scenery. Absolutely. I agree. He can turn it all around tomorrow, but I don't know. Maybe the home crowd feels a little bit better. What did we learn? Brian, super ready to see both running backs in the backfield at the same time. I think that's going to be a smart move. Get your best players on the field. Yeah, there's opportunities there. Yeah, and let me know, guys, in the comments. Do you feel like, because a lot of teams are starting to roll out their starters a little bit more, like a series or 2, a quarter? It's interesting. I'm not terribly, I don't have a strong opinion on both ways, but I kind of, with the Lions scenario, I err on the side of caution. Lions practice hard. And for a team that wouldn't practice as hard, I would recommend playing. But the Lions get work in. Guys, I'm there. I tell you. You can go back and find out. I've recorded a podcast every single day since training camp started. Now, that will come to end probably next week. So we're winding down the daily lives. I know you guys like it, so maybe I'm going to fire it up once or twice a week. Over the weekend after the game and recap, we'll start to have the conversation of what day is best, what time is best. But let me know in the comments, what time do you think is best? Is it 10 o'clock in the morning? What day is best for you to say, man, I can catch you the most and interact and ask questions? You know, it might be 10. That's a good time. We wake up, get fresh, can get my collared shirt on, can finish up my sketchy plans for the day. How am I going to fool the people this day? How am I going to create a clickbait topic today? What kind of wait? Are you guys noticing? I'm real. I am the John McEnroe talking to you. This is not a tape. I'm not AI. It's close though, because if I were to create an AI generated podcast, it would look like this: nice tan skin. I have more hair. Maybe my hairline would be better. Is this the real doc talking to you guys? Because I would consider it if they had an AI podcast or they could do live feeds and do it. Maybe take a day off. Be like, AI John, go talk to the people. Go complain. Go figure out your schemes. But it's me, live, talking to you right now. Proof of concept. How do you prove that I'm the real guy talking to you? Look at that. That's me. Okay, I proved that I'm not AI. It's me that just held up the phone at 11:30. What is the purpose of calling someone sketchy over free tickets to something that you can go hustle yourself? That's right. I'm the doc. It's right. That's the alter ego. John is calm. It's right. That's actually the best way to say it, fan man. John is the humble guy in the office, helping the world, giving advice and giving psychological insights and being available at any time. And if you ask my clients, here's how nice I am. My market price for an hour for those that are working, below 50% market value of what I could cost. I think that's what bothers you is you're so nice, you're so giving, and people don't even know you, talk stupid stuff about you. Doc is mean. How can he be mean? He dedicated 20 years of his life to listen to people's significant issues at a rate that I could have charged triple for the skills that I have. Triple. Tate Ratledge, Dan Campbell he wanted to, man. You can tell when the boss is like, I want to say something really cool about the guy, but I don't want his ego to grind. You guys know Dan Campbell is like Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick, right? That's where people don't get, like, they don't even get the mindset of their own coach. Yes, outwardly, he's a nice, gentle giant. But people are like in Detroit, let's praise Jared Goff and let's tell him he's the baddest man on the planet. He has no rings. Tell him he stinks. Tell him, Jared, I doubt you. Get us a ring. But Jared's the best we ever had. He has no rings. I would say, Jared, I respect your game. You are arguably the best quarterback this team's had based on your leadership, but you got no rings, bro. I need those rings. Dan Campbell, you could tell his psyche right then and there. He's like, listen, I don't want to go too far. And same way with the Aaron Glenn mentality. He's like, guys, let's not put these guys in the Hall of Fame. Because what they do is they go, hey, you're here, you're drafted. We need you to get better. Like, hey, you whiffed this block. This assignment, you need to be here. Like, Dan Campbell's a tough coach. He came from Bill Parcells, Sean Payton. I don't think Sean Payton has smiled yet this year. Guys, you guys have a nasty coach. You have a nasty coach in a good way. So Dan Campbell was like, man, I don't want to say this right away. I don't want to like pump him up too much, but man, I saw starting right guard against the Dolphins. And that's Tate Ratledge. Why did he say that? Because Tate Ratledge is a monster. He can move people, can get to the second level. His footwork is great. His fundamentals are great. And he can be a road grader to help this offense run the ball. The dude's legit. Doesn't need a whole camp to get legit. Now, luckily, they listened to the doc and said, hey, don't put him at center where he was learning. I told you guys, I brought you the interview live on my website. Hey, I asked the question. I said, hey, TJ Lang, do you think that Tate should be the center? I think that most coaches like experience. He's like, yeah, within a week or so, we'll know. He told you. Tate Ratledge earns praise. You guys got two bookends at guards that you could have for the next decade. Mahogany and Tate Ratledge. Let's go. The question mark is get the next center. You got your right tackle of the future, maybe your left tackle if you want to move Penei Sewell. Maybe you make Giovanni Manu the right tackle, but he had a rough week. What did we learn? Manu just not a practice guy. He stinks at practice. He might not play. I don't know. He missed the practice for some undisclosed reason. The guy just struggles in practice. So, but he plays well in the games. But Dan Campbell didn't want to kind of pump him up too much, but Ratledge has the right attitude. He knows that he's got to get better. Yeah, you're right, Mac. We just need to draft another center next year. I'm so confused as to why Mahogany dropped to the 6th. Yeah. It's looking like a great pickup for the Detroit Lions. And every player has question marks. Every player has certain things that maybe don't translate to what certain evaluators are looking for. But, hey, their loss is our gain. Yeah, absolutely. Tate could be the center. But right now, I think he'll get a lot of play and run at guard this year, and it's going to be successful. And I'm more of opinion that, his game could eventually translate to being center, but I'd rather have a natural center that played a whole year at that position, if you can find one, Cody. Am I wrong? What do you guys think? Is Tate Ratledge the center of the future or the right guard of the future? All balls, no D. Oh, my, I get to catch Doc on my lunch break. Welcome, welcome. We'll try to stay about 10 more minutes. Okay, I'm supposed to be out at 30, 40 minutes. You guys have shown that you trust the sketchy Doc. We'll keep going. I didn't use the banner. But Amik Robertson, again, went out there and said, I'm that thing. I'm the guy. And his confidence, to get back to him, he should not be underrated. I think that he's a player that we should respect and talk more about. He's holding it down at the nickel spot. So give him the props, give him the banner here. What do you call it? The classic banner that I'm using here today. Amik Robertson gave himself some love. And why? It's also a contract year for him. So any positive press, which he will get from me easily, for the humbleness that he showed and the willingness to give me an hour of his time in a podcast where I should have told him to move because the light was just shining over his forehead. I was like, darn it, I didn't want to say anything because we already had I made him adjust his camera to look properly, but he had the light. He was sitting right over the light, and it looked like I was talking to a shadowy figure from the FBI. But it's still a great podcast. That's a good question, DET fan man. This is Amik's contract year, right? Yeah, he's going to ball out. He's going to earn some money. Yeah, it's going to be tight. Because, see, that's where the bad luck happens with Ennis. See, Ennis is probably the natural in line, the cheaper replacement, but you can't trust him. So that just puts more money in Amik's pocket, especially when he balls out. He's going to get an offer. He's going to have a good year, and he's going to get an offer. I hope it's with the Lions. But it just may be a business decision. Keith Cooper winning, man. All the talk, Thomas S., is that he's probably one of the guys in line to be the one player, the UDFA that makes the team. The Lions have kept one UDFA on the roster coming out of training camp the last 4 years. Many people think it's Cooper. I think it's him, and I think maybe even to butcher his name more, because he did say, we've been saying it wrong, it's not Ian Kennelly. It might be Ian Keenely. And you guys can double check, but he did tell somebody it's not Kennelly. Yeah, similarly with Iffy. Those are some of the bad luck that the Lions have faced in some of these draft picks, is that all the guys that faced injuries in college, they rear their ugly head in the pros. Kennelly, see, exactly. See, he said it, and I didn't hear the proper Kennelly. Yeah, that probably even sounds better. I'm so bad. That's the one thing that is the biggest weakness I have to admit as a reporter. I'm just horrible with names. Kennelly. Yeah. See, exactly. I am horrible with names. It's just hard because your brain's racing and there's pronunciations. It's just hard. I feel horrible. Connelly, whatever. I apologize, man. It's just, let me admit, for those of you, if you know, full circle here, and this will make you laugh and maybe make you question me more. I was an all-A student in college, except for English. I ended up being an editor at a sports site. English was to just, I read, but grammar just did not hit my brain. All-A student, 3.9 GPA at Michigan State. And now you want to laugh. This is the part where Dr. Fred can clip it and put it online. All A's in grad school to get my master's degree in psychology and a D in ethics. But the teacher didn't like my personality. That was one where we would read stuff about the number one rule is psychologists cannot have intimate sexual relations with their clients. And I just would start laughing and be inappropriate. And I'd be like, why? Like joking. I'd read the stuff and I couldn't get through without laughing. And the teacher would just be like, Mr. Macaroon, this is a serious professional manner. I'd be like, listen, love is love. And if they're on the couch and they're in love with you, you got to take it seriously. But I clearly, I'm married and have not, broken the cardinal rule of psychology. But man, our people sure do a lot. I'm like, my goodness, these psychologists can't control themselves. But it's a boundary issue. English is terrible. My English is terrible. See, I don't even know how to do that properly. Kennelly, Kyle. I can't, my brain doesn't see that. Put the accent on the second syllable. Accent. Kennelly. Whatever. When I hear it, I'm more, if you guys can tell, when I hear it, I'm going to have to ask them properly how to say it. I apologize, Russell Scott. It's just horrible on my part. But now I know we were wrong in the first time, and I'll get it right. And I'll say, humbly, this is how you say it. Connelly. Just like I said, my brain goes in 1,000 different directions as we speak. $2 super sticker from All Balls No D. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Same, Detroit fan man. While the same ethics rules exist in law, divorce attorneys still know how to get down. Tale as old as time, undefeated. Exactly. But yeah, my ethics teacher hated me. I don't remember why. It was it's really embarrassing to show people. AA, great psychologist, clinical psychology, A, statistics, A+, ethics, D. That could be sketchy. Rogue. So you guys got a great coach in Dan Campbell, and he knows how to motivate his players. Risers and fallers from joint practice. Oh my goodness, guys. You guys get excited, man. I think it's time to pump up the dude. You got to just get after it. Isaac Tesla blocks, gets after it. He's just every single day doing something little, small that pumps his game up. And the fact that he was willing to get after Jack Jones and fight and get gritty, loved it. He's a riser, man. That guy is just having a great camp and is legitimately now, if you want to make the argument, the wide receiver 3. Tim Patrick hasn't been there and hasn't done anything. You could make the argument that Khalif Raymond is a more trustworthy guy that Jared Goff has a good connection with. But the man's right there fighting for 3-4. Get him out there. Use him. Who's the riser? Amon-Ra St. Brown. Bro went out there and said, okay, here's the PhD level. Here's how you handle business. And he went out there on Wednesday and just said, guard this, and they couldn't do it. They couldn't stop Amon-Ra St. Brown. Full stop. The secondary I told you about with that thing, Amik Robertson and Terry Arnold, the secondary benefited from not having Tyreek Hill. But let's start the debate because I think I'm serious, and I think it's feasible, but I think J-Mo could win a race against Tyreek, right? He's younger. I think Tyreek would get out of the blocks faster. Maybe 15, 20-yard lead, would be favoring Tyreek. Then the Jets get turned on at the last 15-yard marker in a 40-yard dash, 50-yard dash. I think Jameson Williams would win the race, right? J-Mo, right? Dan wouldn't bite on the fun debate. He just said, that's speed. That's speed, baby. He wouldn't bite. J-Mo. Man. Richard Weaver. Doc, have a good weekend. You and your family. You're the best, Doc. Richard, no, you're the best. Welcome to the community. Be part of the community. It's your community. Hopefully you don't realize this is an AI caricature of myself, and he's been programmed to say all these things and talk nice. Man, great stuff. Great stuff from Aiden Hutchinson, Jared Goff. Man, Aiden was all over the place. Get ready, man. Aiden is MVP talk, Defensive Player of the Year talk, most sacks in the league. The guy's working. He wants that contract. He probably realized, man, if I ball out, it could be 50 million, not 42. Jared Goff was on fire. The new lineman, Gunnar Britton, was doing a good job. I think he's probably working a spot on the practice squad with his play. Nick WhiteSide, Sione Vaki. WhiteSide got praised by Dan Campbell. They think that he's got the thing that Dan Campbell likes is there's talent and effort, and WhiteSide got on AP's notes quite a bit. My colleague at Miami Dolphins on SI said, man, that WhiteSide looks pretty good. So I think he's jumped DiCaprio Boodle pretty fast and has now moved himself into a position for a conversation for a spot. And unfortunately, the fallers, like we said, Manu had an awful joint practice on Wednesday, wasn't there on Thursday. The backups did nothing. The play that I'm talking about was a wide open pass to Zach Horton, missed him. And when Allen was pressured by the Dolphins defense, AP said that he looked, unsettled. But it was a small sample size. They didn't do nothing. So those are the big winners from joint practice. You know what? On one of the podcasts, I will share a colleague, Nolan Bianchi. I've always said his name wrong. Nolan did a guide that I will share in this chat one day. Look for it maybe Monday or Tuesday. Remind me. You'll see me in the comments, or, hey, where's the guide? He's got a great guide as to where to stand. You got to get there early. If it's a 10:30 practice, you got to be there like 9. It'll tell you what time frame to get there, and you'll find out. But don't be that guy that's like the kid that was, first and foremost, Joe Burrow should not be walking the streets in public at 2 a.m. It's not good. It's not smart. And second of all, if you're walking, you need those big security guys that are circling you like you're a king. I don't need no kid getting within 50 yards of you going, hey, no, I kid, but you're out 2 o'clock. That kid was like, hey, can I get an autograph? I'm like, and then see, just like how it brings it full circle, like how I was rudely treated this morning. This kid is asking for an autograph and it's 2 a.m. and Joe Burrow's like trying to get inside because he knows if he activates 1, he's going to activate 30. And then the kid goes, is that how you treat your fans? You can't win. But he shouldn't be out there in public at 2 o'clock so people can tape them and have them rolling up there with autographs. Don't be that guy. Let the kids go first. Hopefully all balls, no D. These are for you. But if you're going to make a profit, maybe I'll find a way to get some sign. We can cut me in. I kid. Doc said he's going to try to make money off of signed jerseys that he helped facilitate. Sarcasm. Rogue sketchy Doc makes bold proclamation on his podcast. Doc, is Tate getting any reps at center still, or do you believe that experiment is scrapped? That experiment is scrapped. I'm meaning that, he may get a rep here or there, but it's not to the degree that it's going to help facilitate development. He's the right guard. He's the right guard of 2025. Roy Lopez does his job. Backup, is consistent, is able to get after it. I think he is the lock. Thomas, I haven't heard about Roy Lopez much. Is he still a lock to backup Reader? Yeah. Barring anything unforeseen, I think Lopez is consistent. He does what they need to do. Most importantly, run stuffer. Shout out Corey P. You're in here, man. I appreciate you. I see you. Hey, all balls, no D. Man, that's really nice. $20 super chat. Doc, just want to say thanks for keeping it 100%. Always honest and real. I'm the guy in front of the camera. I just think it's funny, the perceptions that people have without really knowing you. Doc is mean, the mean psychologist. Doc is a clickbait artist. That makes no sense. The company tells us don't do clickbait. It's not how you build trust. Now, the headlines are spicy. They're enticing, but they're related to the topic at hand. Clickbait would be, Jared Goff has wild proclamation. And then he just says, I write in the story, he said he felt good today. We don't do that. And if you don't like the headline, just skip over it and just, John posted it, read the tweet, whatever, and just click on it and read the story. You just wipe through the clickbait. Just read the story and indulge us in some information. I feel like you'll be entertained. I feel like you'll have some information in your head if you read us. And then also, too, you can be truly another set of eyes. I wear glasses. You can say, hey, Doc, man, you spelled felt, F-L-E-T. Darn it. I'm writing 1,000 words a day, 2 podcasts, multiple clients. I make mistakes. You can be another set of eyes and ears. Thank you, guys. Thank you. All balls, no D. $20 super chat. Humbled. Hopefully I see you out there. But if you need me to move out of the way, just say, hey, move out of the way. Aiden's coming. But sometimes right after practice, I got to run and get to these interviews. So please, if I have to run, I will try to stop. Derek, looking at this current roster and considering next year's contract situations, what position do you believe the Lions should prioritize their first-round pick next year? Cornerback. Somebody that if you feel like Amik's price tag's too long, somebody that can be a combo nickel outside. Center. Those are the two. Yeah. Either center or combo, nickel cornerback that can get after it. A reserve. I like the offensive line. Maybe you need another left tackle of the future if Manu's not where you need. But center, maybe another reserve defensive tackle if Broderick Martin has ended up letting go. And let's just upset the internet. A quarterback. And I think everybody would definitely want me to say defensive end. But I am hoping that, Ahmed and a young cat can develop so you can maybe get a free agent, a mid-tier. I'd look more toward established than drafting one, but we'll see. Corey agrees. Yeah, probably it's the most popular one. What do you think, Corey? And what do you think, Derek? All right. Position battles. This will be the last 10 minutes. And let's get after it. Let me share what my man Christian said today. The position battles are going to be fun. Get after it. There he is, Eric. I appreciate the shout out and the upload yesterday, Doc. Great to meet you. Keep killing it. Very nice. That's the way to do it. After practice, I see him and his lovely significant other. They're having a good time. We talked ball, shook my hand man to man, and he was very nice and kind, uplifting. I checked out your stuff, man. Good stuff. If I was handsome, I would do it maybe the way you do it. Get out there and get out into town, experience Atlanta. I'm chicken, man. I can't get on a plane. I got to bet on my own head. He does it right. It's too easy. Follow him. A good follow. Nice individual, humble. But he tried to challenge me and try to take my money at golf. He's like, I'll give you 5 shots per 9. I said, bro, man, you trying to take my money? Bad ethics, Phil. Now, could I be somebody that says, really, I have a 12 handicap, but I'm really a 4? We just have to see maybe one day. Hopefully one day listen, no, I'm awful at golf, bro. I'm terrible. So no wagers will be. It'll just be fun conversation, guys being guys. It was really nice to meet you. That's the best part of my day, learning about people. And if you know about the doc, he'll know. He'll tell you. He can confirm it. The second he told me what his handle was, I followed him. Give him the satisfaction right then and there. Within 45 seconds of meeting him, I subscribed to his channel. That's the kind of guy I am. Keep rocking it, bro. Do your thing. Don't let anybody get in your path, and get after it. You have the right stuff. Per 9. I'm a 12 in my own brain, brother. Joseph, you're a 12 handicap? Listen, I am a man of the people. I can drive that ball 350. But it's going to be 55 yards to the right. It's going to slice 25 yards also. I can drive it 370. Look at me. I'm muscle. All muscle. No aim. 4. Get ready. God darn, if I can hit it straight, I'll be a pro. You know I can muscle it. Get that ball up in the air. Doc, I can't find your ball. God dang it. I got to go out there 12 3 sleeves. It's the straight part that gets me messed up. Joseph. I'm a good time golfing too. We throw down. We'll have some cocktails and we'll get after it. Tell some jokes. All right. It's too easy on YouTube. Give the guy a follow. Good dude. Humbled. And I give him a shout out on the podcast for free. That's the kind of guy I am. All right, let's get after it. Give Christian some love too. Christian is a warrior. The man writes and writes and writes and is the total opposite of me. The man is so kind. He's a Central Michigan grad. Does not have the bombastic nature to him to want to seek attention. But that's what I love, the yin and the yang. And he will come back. He's working out internet issues. His location of his residence is just not great internet conducive. So we wanted to make sure, give him a break too, man. I'm working the kid hard. So he'll come back for sure. I haven't booted him. I don't like being a lone wolf, even though it may come across that way. I like talking to Christian. There's nobody else I want to do it with other than him, Vito, and my guy, Adam. Wide receiver. Ronnie Bell has entered the conversation, getting love from the reporters. He's got a chance to make this team and do some things. Tesla's got to get after it. The tight end battle. With Sam Laporta and Brock Wright entrenched in the spots, the Lions have a strong core foundation. Stellanos and Oaks are both new, and they're battling, for a spot. They've had some stints in the UFL, and let's see what they do. Get after it, guys. You got a chance. Zylstra, Horton, Stellanos, Oaks. And again, humbly, oh, look at that. Cheap plug. I am getting a new thumbnail. I will share this too. If you just are paying attention, that is a flask next to my mic. I need it, bro. I'm married. Now, that frog, you'd be like, what the heck's that frog doing on his desk? When I very first started as a psychologist, it's crazy. It's Freddy the frog. You're like, oh God, what kind of diversion is this? When I first got hired after grad school to be a psychologist, I was scared. I was like, what am I getting myself into? I took a job, community mental health in the inner city of Detroit. That was the first place that hired me, made me an offer, and I took it. Horrible pay. You guys working at McDonald's would have made more. But I was like, let's go. Let's learn. Let's humble yourself. You ain't nothing. Go be a psychologist. Go learn. And why not learn in the toughest market? So that people that say, Doc, you're this way. I worked in the inner city of Detroit and helped kids deal with some tough stuff. It still hurts my heart to think about some of the things that some of those kids would tell me. I might even be scarred from it. That's why I love sports. But I walked in that first day, and I'm telling you, my heart was beating out of my chest. I just didn't want any kids to feel like I said something to judge them or to say something that was going to impact them in a way that was bad. And I sit down, and that frog is sitting at the computer that the lady sat me down at. So I stole it. So I said, this is mine. And I worked 5 years at the clinic. Whew, it was tough. But I kept that frog, and it's a symbol of like, hey, that's what you were as a psychologist. So me and Freddy getting after it. Oops, I stopped sharing it. But yeah, I can't believe that was the first thing I stole at work. It was not pens and stuff. It was a frog off a desk. But that was a good time, man. It was a good time at the Northeast Guidance Center. Was my first job. Freddy the Frog and the Flask. Edge rusher behind Aiden Hutchinson. Darn it here. Behind Aiden Hutchinson and Marcus Davenport, there are multiple players fighting for depth roles. Al-Quadin Muhammad has a spot. These two got to get after it. Ukwu and Mitchell Agude got to get after it. Ian has a chance to continue to establish himself. Canelli. I'll get it. Has a chance to prove himself worthy of a roster spot these last 2 weeks. I think he's beating Strickland right now. Rock Yassin, man, he's getting a spot. So those are the big battles that we're looking at right now. Hopefully we get a chance to see Maurice Norris in the next week or so. All right, last 5 minutes or so. What questions you got? Man, with a performance this week, another week of practice, joint practice against the Texans, another game, there's a chance he's entered the conversation. Yes, he can. Hopefully, all balls, no D. You enjoyed your work break, man. You're too kind to me. That's a good question. I think they wanted it to be Tristan Colon. Kingsley Egwakun, maybe. They're battling Nice. That's a good question, too, to find out. That will be next. That will be the burning question we entertain. Can't find your ball, but we know where Doc is on the course. Mike, love the frog story. Yeah, I stole the frog. Technically, that's not my frog. That's property of Northeast Guidance Center. It was just sitting there. I got my mom, and bless her heart, she has a photo I took of my first or second day of me sitting there with the frog, smiley face, and I got a sideburn down to here, thick, youthful. I'll probably bring it. I'll take a picture of it and bring it here. Man, the 25-year-old Doc was looking fresh-faced kid, clean shaven. But man, that was a lesson. It's scarring, man. That's maybe what I would recommend young therapists to do is to just work and see people that actually need your help. And I helped. Those kids definitely laughed. We shared a lot of good memories. I told them I was better than Jordan. Humbly talk to those kids, man. It was a good time. Freddy the Frog. My kids love it. Where's Freddy, Dad? Because I used to keep him in this office here, but I took him home. I've had that frog for 25 years. So basically, me and Freddy share the psychology scars. Oh, that's easy. David Barnett, good question. You know the defense starters are pretty much set. I'll rattle them off real fast. The starters on defense, are. Then I'll talk about the offense. No doubt about it will be Aiden Hutchinson, Tyleik Williams, DJ Reader, Marcus Davenport. Nickel corner will be Amik Robertson, DJ Reed. and Terry and Arnold, Jack Campbell, Alex Anceloni, Derek Barnes, and your two starting safeties, Branch and Kirby Joseph. It'll be great. Starting offense, simple as that. Make sure I count these right. Left tackle, Taylor Decker, Christian Mahogany, Graham Glasgow, Tate Ratledge, Penei Sewell. The quarterback is Jared Goff. The 1A running back is Jahmyr Gibbs. The tight end you want on the field is Sam Laporta. And the three receivers you go with, let's do it. Amon-Ra St. Brown, number 14. Jameson Williams. Isaac Tesla. It's unstoppable. Look at that lineup I just gave you. 22 starters. David does not, come on, bro. I could probably just go another hour off of what I just told you. You just excited me, bro. Shout out to you, David Barnett. If you got anything you want to plug, get it in here. I'll share it out loud. A couple thousand people will see it eventually. Hit the likes. Man, you excited me with that, bro. Jahmyr Gibbs. Man, who are you going to guard? Who are you going to guard on those wide receivers? Oh, you want to mess with J-Mo? Tesla is going to destroy you. And then you mix in a little Tim Patrick back and forth. You give him the ceremonial start, and then you mix in Patrick and Khalif. 3, 4, 5 wide receiver sets. David Barnett, come on, man. That excites me. That's going to get me to maybe even run today. Maybe play some golf. Got just a couple articles. Maybe you guys will let me slow down today. Maybe not put this podcast up on the main feed. You'll just take it here off of YouTube. I got more schemes I got to plot to finagle, Internet's fun, but you have to defend yourself, even if against somebody with 200 followers that has no sense of what he's talking about. It is. I've put out now in the atmosphere. I take pens from banks, right? I do. This is from my dad. I eat a couple grapes from Randazzo's and not pay for them. The purple ones. The normal stuff. I'm not perfect. I create fake schemes on the internet and lie to the fans and send fake tickets out. Oh, shoot, man. I should tell the guy that's going the tickets were fake. It turned into good luck. It turned into like a shield, like a psychological shield to let me do it for 20 years and not go wild. Or maybe I have gone wild, and this is my manifestation of all the stress that psychology caused as I became a rogue, sketchy podcaster. You know what they say, too? They say all psychologists are weird. I'm trying to figure myself out. But they don't say is that, hey, there's truly people with caring hearts, with stable foundations and understanding of what makes people happy. That would be me. I'm a happiness expert. I know how to. I was going to say something really bad and stupid, but it was not going to be delivered properly. All right, 75 minutes. That's what I'm excited for. That's what I think everybody is excited for, is what you guys have seen. Let me just do one round of scooping the internet here to see what I should be writing about. Yeah, man, it's good stuff. I'm in the mix. Appreciate everybody's time and attention. The Lone Wolves podcast is going to continue every single day after the game tomorrow. The schedule is pretty straightforward. We're going to have previews, live blog through the game. We'll talk to Dan Campbell, talk to some players, get some videos up, and then I'll come home and do the podcast. So let's go. Let's join tomorrow. Tomorrow, let's fire it up. More, 2,000, 3,000 people. Let's keep growing it. Tell people this guy is cool. Giving you 90 minutes a day when I don't have to. I love this. Like I said, I was doing this before. I've done a podcast for 15 years. I'm just mixing in new ways of doing it. Any last minute questions? 5 more minutes. And that's the best part is I always say, okay, 30 minutes, and it ends up going hour and 15. Thanks, Doc. Keep up the good work. Have a good rest of the day. You too, Cody. Shout out to you. I did. Oh, my kids, no, they haven't gone. I went when I was 5 and 16. I'm scared, bro. I'm petrified of planes, bro. I got to fix it. I am scared to death, literally, of airplanes. I took a flight to Dallas. Almost had a heart attack. But I'm working on it because I do want to go to Baltimore and Washington and Philly. I want to battle those Philly fans and tell them Philly ain't got nothing on Detroit. Detroit can talk trash worse than Detroit's a better sports town than Philly. By far. We got the best fans, the most passionate fans. We got the craziest of the crazy fans. We got fans that go to the stands and report on the Lions and give away their secrets. Best fans on earth. Why would you not support it? We got Detroit is the best. I thank God every day for a happy family, good mental health, the ability to speak my mind, and beautiful tan, and the fact that I was born a Detroit sports fan. I'm set for life. And I'm so thankful that I was able to pull the wool over all you guys and fake all the knowledge. And you guys do know that it's not me writing. It's just AI. Now, I have to say that it's not. I am typing the words. But the dumb stuff that comes across my desk is hilarious. I type out the words, guys. The company has a system that if I'm doing that, I'm going to get fired. So you realize if you don't see me no more and I'm gone tomorrow, it's because they caught me. They figured out how I cheated the system. Me, Christian, and Vito are typing our fingers off for you people. It's great. All right, my time's up. I'm the Doc, John Macaroon, Lions on SI Lone Wolves podcast. At Detroit Podcast is where everything goes down. That's the one thing I forgot. I didn't have the ticker today. Look at that. But it's a little different. The classic look. It reset on its own. But I kind of liked it. The distraction of the ticker was not there today. But for a couple minutes, I will have it up there. So, si.com/NFL/Lions for more coverage. That's where you can get the insights and the videos. And follow at Detroit Podcast, where you can insult me directly and challenge me. That's where you can find all the news related to the Detroit Lions. That's the hub. And again, as a consumer of media, if you don't like the headline, just trust me on this. Just click it and read the words and understand that the headline is just part of the operation. It's the lowest part. It's just hey, this is kind of what he's going to talk about. Read the words, watch the videos, and enjoy the podcast. Hit some comments. Let's get after it. I love you guys, and let's get after it. And I'll see you tomorrow after the game, after the Lions destroy the Dolphins in preseason contest number 3.